Okay, welcome to again the third video on understanding number. This video is about units of measurement. We talk about lots of different units. Please look at these carefully. You need to remember these conversions. There are very few conversions that will be stated in your exam. Sometimes there's a conversion from miles to kilometers. That's the only one probably that you will be able to see on the exam. All these other conversions are something that some things that you need to rote learn. You should know them by heart, and you should be able to write down these values there on the exam as well. Okay, so the first part of conversion is talking about lengths. So you can measure the length in inches, feet, yards, centimeters, meters, kilometers, miles, all those different measures. So how do those sort of go together? 12 inches is a foot. You should remember this. 3 feet make a yard. Okay. Yard in Urdu, you must have heard if you are from Pakistan or India, you will know that we sometimes measure plots in gaz. That's what it's called in Urdu. Okay. So a yard is a gaz. So 1 yard is 3 feet if you're converting that. 1760 yards make a mile. Okay. That's the conversion. Then these are basic conversions that you basically see on your rulers as well. I don't have a ruler right now in front of me, otherwise I would have pointed it out. Okay, so you see centimeters on your rulers, and then you see very small marks. Those are millimeters. How many millimeters make up a centimeter? 10 millimeters make up a centimeter. How many meters make up how many centimeters make up a meter? That is 100 centimeters, and then 1000 meters make up a kilometer. Now one thing that I want to show you here is a spectrum. I go from the smallest to the largest. So in ignoring the feet and inches, a centimeter is the smallest, 1 centimeter is the smallest. Okay, sorry, 1 millimeter is the smallest. Okay, then 1 centimeter. This is not a number line, this is just smallest to largest. I'm going to erase this. Okay, so 1 centimeter is the smallest, or 1 millimeter is the smallest. 1 centimeter is bigger than a millimeter. Then 1 meter is bigger than a centimeter, and then 1 kilometer is the largest unit that you have generally on your exam. So you're going from that, you're going that way. Okay, so smallest to largest, that's how I've arranged these values. Why have I arranged these values? Okay, if you are moving from millimeters to kilometers, you generally divide. If you are moving from kilometers to millimeters, you multiply. Okay, that will sort of make sense when I do some questions for you. Okay, so 1 kilometer, when let's say you have 3 kilometers and you want to convert them to meters, so you multiply by a certain number. What will be that certain number? That will be 1000 meters, and we'll talk about those conversions in a bit. In fact, let's just go down and see a conversion. It says 0.5 meters to millimeters. 0.5 meters to millimeters. Now I know that a meter and millimeter are not connected directly. A meter first converts into a centimeter, and then a centimeter converts to a millimeter. So what do? I pick up 0.5, and I know that I'm going from a large unit to a smaller unit, so I have to keep multiplying. What do I multiply it with first? I multiply it with 100 to convert into centimeters. Then if I want to convert centimeters into millimeters, I multiply it with another 10. That will be 0.5 multiplied by 1000, which is 500 millimeters. So 0.5 meters is equals to 500 millimeters. Okay. Okay. Let's look at more conversions. These are the conversions for mass. Again, if I were to write from smallest to largest, you have mg's, then you have g, then you have kg, and then you have ton. Okay, that's how conversions happen. If you are moving in this direction, you divide. If you are moving backwards, you multiply. Okay, you multiply with the conversions that you remember. So 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams, 1 kg is 1,000 grams, and 1 ton is 1,000 kgs. Okay. There is something for capacity as well. Capacity is 1,000 ml becomes 1 liter. Okay, 1,000 ml becomes 1 liter. Okay, then sometimes you're asked to convert units of area as well. How do you convert units of area? Remember that the conversions are still the same. You see 1 centimeter was 10 millimeters. Why has this become 100? Because you multiply every conversion by itself twice. So how did I end up with 100? I multiplied 10 with 10. So I got 100. If I want to convert meter square into centimeter square, so what was 1 meter? 1 meter was 100 centimeters. How do I convert it? I multiplied it with 100 twice. So 100 two times gives me 10,000. Similarly, I multiplied with 1,000 twice to get kilometer square from meter square. Okay, then this is another conversion. It usually doesn't pop up for 4024 candidates, but this is something that you should know. You might see this somewhere in your future studies where you the American system sort of uses hectares, so that's a conversion. Well, 1 hectare is 10,000 meters square. That's just a conversion that you need to remember. Okay. Similarly, for volume, instead of multiplying twice, you multiply it with thrice, and that is pretty much the crux of it. So this is 10 into 10 into 10. That's how it was calculated. Okay. Sometimes you are asked to convert volume to capacity. Sometimes you're asked to convert volume to capacity. So for example, I calculate the volume in sort of centimeter cube or meter cube, and I ask you to convert it into liters. Now this is something that you have to remember. Okay, this is something that you have to remember, that 1 ml is 1 cm cube. So that makes 1 liter 1,000 cm cube. That is something that this is the most important conversion that I would ask you to remember for questions and mensuration that later on. Okay, 1,000 liters in 1 meter cube, and that is just a conversion that's there. Okay, then let's try to do these. Part 2, 1565 to kgs. So now I'm moving from grams to kgs. So that means that I will have to divide by what number? Divided by 1,000. Okay, so I'm going to say that 1565 divided by 1,000. I hope everybody knows how to divide. I'm just going to write this answer. We're going to learn about moving decimals later on. So this is 1.565. Then 61 meter cube to centimeter cube. Now I'm moving from meter to centimeter, which means that I want to multiply. Multiply by what? 1 meter is 100 cm. 100 cm. How many times am I going to multiply it with? I'm going to multiply it thrice because this is cubed. So this becomes 61 and then 6 zeros in front of it. So 6 zeros. That's how you write it. Okay. That's 61 million. You should remember that 1 million, 1 and 6 zeros. 1 billion, 1 and 9 zeros. 1 trillion, 1 and 12 zeros. Okay. 1.39 millimeter square to centimeter square. Now I know that if I'm going from millimeter to centimeter, I will have to divide, because millimeter is a smaller unit. How many times do I divide? I divide it by 10 twice, because 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. So 0.0139. Okay. Quickly, a few more questions. It says a playground has an area of 0.06 kilometers square. Convert this to an area in meter square. Okay. So 0.006. I know I'm going from kilometers to meters. That means I'll have to multiply it with 1,000, because 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. So multiply by 1,000 twice. So that gives me 6 and 3 zeros. Okay, I've moved 6 decimal places. Then it says a postage has stamp has an area of 450 millimeter square. Convert this into centimeter square. So again, I'm going to divide by 10. I'm going to divide twice. So that gives me 4.5. 45 divided by 10 basically. Then it says the swimming pool can hold up to 3,500 meter cube of water. Convert this volume of water to liters. Let's go back and look at what our conversion was. 1000 liters equals to 1 meter cube. Okay, 1000 liters equals to 1 meter cube. That means that 3500 meter cube would be 3500 multiplied by 1000. Now here you don't multiply thrice. Why? Because you're going from meter cube to liters. It's from volume to a capacity. So there the cubic part goes away. So that becomes 3500. Okay, that's about 3.5 million. Okay, that's the end of this unit. I hope this was productive for you. Please make sure to learn all these conversions because they will be tested on your exam. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos.